They do. I like Dragon Ball Z. I like the original Naruto. It's just too many people like them. It's a little. That's
much. Where you draw the line when too many people like.
It's just like Rick and Morty, right? Like Rick and Morty is good, right? But then
never actually watched.
But then it broke into the mainstream. It broke into the mainstream, and then people ruined it. Just like they ruin everything. I'm serious. Next time you find something good, don't let anyone know.
What?
You'll be able to enjoy it yourself the longest.
You need to gatekeep.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be able to gain universal acclaim.
Yeah, but like
it's like a movie.
I remember when Rick and Morty came out.
It's like discovering the greatest movie ever, but never.
I remember the first
hiding
season
it.
Rick and Morty came out, and I think Zurich showed it to me, and I watched it. Like, wow, this is really good. And then the second season, what are they on the fourth season now or something like that?
I think it's the
Rick
third.
And Morty?
Yeah,
they're on the third.
They just
the
ended
third season.
Third, actually,
I watched halfway through the second season and I stopped. And then I don't know if it pretty recently during the third season, like they've had a lot more quotable moments, and quotable moments become like the fuel for cancer.
I will say this. I shit on Rick and Morty like really hard. I used to, but admission, I have never actually sat and watched a full episode of it. So I was like being a huge contrarian asshole, like judging a show for never watching it. Now I really, just don't care. Like maybe I'll give it a watch one time, but I don't know. I don't want to jump in a new show. I'm already watching BoJack Horseman right now, and I really like that.
Honestly, Rick and Morty is something you can just like put on the TV and like sit down,
not do anything,
and just not doing anything, just watch forever. Like
and BoJack is a little bit depressing as all hell.
Hey,
but it's really
have you guys ever thought about welcome to the Snastcast?
Oh yeah.
Hi, whoa. Oh yeah. Hello.
I've always Yeah.
I think about that all the time.
I always think about it.
I think about that sometimes when I'm alone.
Yeah, it's a show about people just talking, fucking, doing whatever. And
devising anime-backed currencies.
Mm-hmm. And John's here.
You think it'd be easy?
This is Jake. I'm here.
I'm Grant.
And we've got a special guest.
Yeah.
Goes by the name of King Death.
That's not my current name. My name is Abdul. My Steam name is Made in Heaven.
Nice.
That's what it is.
What's your last
all the stands you had to put? You couldn't do Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap?
No, dude, I can't do D4C, man. It's gotta be Made in Heaven.
Okay, so
that's such a good name. It's such a good name.
Oh, I'm just gonna pick the most OP stand ever.
Not even its abilities. Its name is perfect. I just love the name.
So your first name is Abdul.
Green grass of home.
What's your last name? Your current address, your credit card number, your social security number.
My social security number is 4. That's it. That's the number right there. Plug it in, guys. You guys can have my identity. Go ahead.
It's like one of my favorites.
You can have all my student loan debt. All right, you can take that. I actually don't have that much, considering how long I've been in school. Only about $7 grand.
Where are you going to school, Abdul?
I'm at the U right now. I got $7 grand of debt right now.
The U.
And I'm done.
The global U.
The University of Minnesota, Twin Cities.
Well, when people say the U, it's actually, I think it's University of Florida, Miami.
Okay.
Or University of Miami is what people think of.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what's historically been known as. Like, when I was at Madison, and I referred to University of Minnesota as the U, people gave me like a weird look, and they're like, oh, you mean Florida, right? So, yeah, I would assume.
Okay, well, it's just because we're in Minnesota, when you say the U, everyone knows.
Everyone knows what you're talking about.
And it's usually, like, when you go to another state, they probably think the same thing. When you say the U, they probably the University of Tennessee, or the University of...
I think the situation I was describing is just people who are, like, really big fans of college football and, like, that kind of thing.
Usually when you say the U, like... They don't really think of like the German subway transit system or anything like that.
Well, what's the full name of that?
They call it the U, really?
No, it has it's some weird full German name. I don't know what it's called.
Autobahn?
No, that's that freeway.
It's the U-Bahn.
That's that freeway that has no speed limit.
Is it legit no speed limit?
Like,
I thought the speed limit is just astronomically high.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, but like there's no car that can get anywhere near it. It's just...
Really?
Yeah, like it's a freeway with no speed limit, pretty much.
But why would you want to have no speed limit? Like, what was the thinking
to get there really fast?
Because when you have no speed limit, you can get there very fast.
Okay, but
how about that shit?
You can go as fast as a collective.
I mean, I imagine the road has like, because the way they devise speed limits is based entirely on road conditions. Like a very curvy road has very low.
It's a very well maintained road.
So I wonder if it's like a very just straight road
it's very straight. It's a very straight road.
When did they build it?
I don't know.
Probably in the 90s.
Hey, Google that shit. It's 2017.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
Because if it was like you know, when the
if
U.S.
if it was really 2017, we'd be asking Alexa to Google it for us.
Well, if it's when the U.S. was putting in their...
I guess I'm kind of still stuck in, like, 2014. Like, I'm never going to use that shit. Like,
yeah, I know, Sim.
Like,
dude, what was even... 2017 and 2016 have been such crazy years that it's really hard to think back on years that were only 3 years ago.
I'm pretty sure we're on the verge of the apocalypse. It's just going to be nukes falling from the sky.
It's just... I mean, like, information age is weird. Like, being able to get everything that's going on major in the world at any given instant on a small device in your pocket is really disturbing.
You know what's happening is the internet is just, bridging consciousness around the globe.
Well,
and we'll all eventually be one internet species.
Honestly, I think... have you guys ever seen the show Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
In Mr. Robot, their big hack they want to do that's in the first season is they want to wipe out the financial records of this massive corporate conglomerate that basically controls the financial sector as a way of basically eliminating everyone's debt. Someone needs to hack the internet and just clean slate that shit.
That was also the plot of Fight Club. That was their goal at the end of Fight Club.
And then they just, let's blow up skyscrapers.
I kind of think this is what's going to happen. I think student debt...
That's what they got from blowing up skyscrapers, is to, destroy the credit unions and shit like that.
Well, they just used the skyscrapers anti-corporatist thing, and then it's but it's also Fight Club, and who cares?
It was just a quick visual to show that...
No, I kind of think that's what's going to happen with student debt. Like, in the next... I don't know...
There's just going to be broad student debt forgiveness.
Yeah, because it's become too ridiculous. There's so much...
Isn't the bulk of student debt in for-profit schools, and let's be real,
it's in for-profit schools, but they're government loans.
Yeah, but if you're going to a for-profit school, you're already a dumbass. So, I mean, let's be real here.
Well, for-profit schools are those private institutions, right?
Well,
some of them are kind of a mix,
school
right?
You will see an advertisement for on TV is a private, University of Phoenix...
ITT Tech.
ITT
Well,
Tech.
Sometimes that's the only place you can go. Sometimes that's the only place you can go to get the right, education.
Yeah, well, no, but those universities are usually a scam.
Yeah,
a lot of
basically what they are.
So.
Yeah, dude. That's why I like my college. There's no sports team or anything. It's just everything goes into education.
Yeah, it's just
it's a technical college.
Yeah.
Well, you go to Metro State, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my dad went there, but pretty much it's just.
People give community colleges so much shit, but. I will say, as someone who's been to both a 4-year and a community college, that community college is so chill that it's actually really awesome.
I just walk through there,
it's
just quiet and chill, and I don't have to worry about people soliciting me all the time, like at the University of Minnesota.
Honestly, it's a no-frills environment.
And the best part is that a lot of people at community college are also older and therefore more mature and not just a bunch of stuck-up assholes. Like in Madison, there are a lot of stuck-up assholes, and I imagine it's the same.
Huge clits. Huge clits.
Massive.
I said clicks.
I said clits. We're talking about two different things.
Yeah, dude.
Like my dad.
Huge cliques of people with huge clits.
There you go. The click.
Okay. No, like my dad when he went to Metro State, I was considering going to Metro State, and my dad's like, I mean, you can go there. It's cheaper, but it's full of people my age, because my dad's almost 50 now, he's 49.
I love seeing people in their 40s in my physics classes and stuff, because it's, I don't know, they have really interesting perspectives, and it's actually kind of heartwarming to see people going back to college and stuff.
It feels good, right? Damn, they've been working, and
it makes you feel like there's more value in what you're doing when these people who are way older, have way more life experience than you, also value college as much to go back and things like
and
that.
The class that you are currently in.
It's just really weird having lab partners in their 30s and them talking about going home to their wives and stuff, and I'm like, 20 years.
I gotta go pick up my son from middle school. It's all right, Dad.
I gotta go pick up my son from the bar.
And then there's the ultimate meta moment when you're at a community college. And then your son is in high school, and then he does PSEO, and then takes courses with you.
Yeah. I've heard of that happening. I feel like I've heard of that.
Oh my god, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah,
that would be.
You know that YouTuber I watch, Philip DeFranco. When he was going to community college, his mom was going with him at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, he had classes with his mom.
Philip DeFranco.
Yeah. I watch him on YouTube.
I don't really know much about his background, really. I always figured
I don't know anything about him at all.
No, typical YouTuber story. Came from divorced parents, poor family.
Oh.
Damn!
I always thought a lot of YouTubers were really affluent because they wanted to just coast through life. Isn't that what Jake Paul and Logan Paul are?
They're kind of those people are kind of the outliers.
Those are the rich kids.
Yeah, running a YouTube channel for money is fucking hard work.
Yeah, no. If you want to make money off of YouTube, it's gonna take years of work, and literally it's
you have
to get lucky. To be 100% honest with you, you have to get lucky. Someone has to promote you. You have to promote yourself.
To get big, you have to have a very accessible personality.
If we're gonna bring current events into this, you have to avoid even being vaguely associated with 4chan, because didn't Needle Drop and Review Bra get demonetized recently?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they get demonetized.
Ridiculous.
I don't know.
Everyone gets demonetized.
I don't know if it was Needle Drop's main. I don't know if it was his main account, but he I think it was his vlog account.
Well, his vlog account is a shitposting account.
Yeah, he deleted the whole thing.
Yeah.
His whole vlog account.
Well, because I know he had 4 channels. He has the Needle Drop. He has 4 channels.
4 channels.
4 channels.
Oh my god.
That's how they got him, dude. Yeah, but he's got Fantano, the Needle Drop, and then one other channel.
I don't know Review Bra for a second, like.
Yeah, but
yeah, the guy that definitely didn't deserve it was Review Bra.
Yeah, I've seen some of his content. It's like the most like mild.
It's just so wholesome.
Milk toast stuff ever. Isn't he just reviewing like fast food burgers?
He just reviews.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he reviews fast food and just eats it in his car.
Wait, who's that? What's that? Isn't there another guy who's really fat that reviews fast food? With
Joey World Tour or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Joey World Tour.
Yeah, he's the guy who puts the camera way too close to his fucking face.
And he puts the gain on his mic way up so you can hear every chew.
Yeah, and then like he plays porno music in the back while he's eating, and it's like.
It's like this.
Like you only you don't watch this for the food review. You watch this to laugh.
Do you think someone at Google who was running the bot got pissed off when like one of Fantano's reviews, like fuck it, we're gonna demonetize this son of a bitch?
I don't know.
That's the thing. Fantano was like not controversial at all either.
It's just music reviews. It's just music reviews.
Like I think it was just 4chan that got him demonetized. They like emailed YouTube and were like, "This guy's a huge racist, and we don't want his videos on YouTube."
Yeah,
and they're offensive.
but I wonder if it's. I doubt it's a human thing. I imagine it was like some like AI or bot or something that
it's
like
usually
kind of auto scrubs videos or something.
It's an AI first. And then if you appeal the video, then they have someone actually watch it.
There is no way that someone watching Review Bra or Fantano would think this is like worthy of getting demonetized.
I think there's
like,
literally,
no way.
if I remember the statistic, there's 400 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every minute.
Jesus Christ.
If I remember the statistic.
God.
So if that's it was either every minute or I think it's either every minute or every hour. I can't remember
what percentage of that is like here's 10 hours of some annoying noise like
Well, here's the B-movie script, but every time they say B, it's the B-movie script again.
I never liked the B-movie meme.
Yeah, that was a shitty one, dude.
It was so forced. It was
like
one of the most forced fucking memes I've ever seen.
You see like 42-hour-long videos, and you're like, I wonder what this is. It's the B-movie shit again. I'm glad that died. Like, it was too much.
It didn't really die, but...
it's not popular.
No memes have died. There are no dead
memes. Never die.
Wasn't that like a huge project of Jerry Seinfeld's? Was the B movie? Like
yeah,
he invested a lot of time and money into that.
Yeah, I think he has a producer, like an executive producer credit.
Fucking God, where did that man go wrong?
I don't know. He's doing good. He's doing cool shit right now. Have you heard
in terms of Seinfeld stars, he obviously didn't go Michael Richards bad, but that's pretty bad, dude.
Michael Richards, is that Kramer?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You heard about what Kramer did when he was
did you watch
stand up?
That's what.
Did you watch the video, Bill?
I didn't watch it.
He was doing some stand up and he started shouting the N-word like.
Yeah, people were like heckling him, and then he just fucking went off.
I think he used it for a joke first, or maybe it was just somebody heckling him, and then he like seriously got fed up with him.
I haven't like watched the video. I've watched like the segments where he's going off, and what I heard is that his set was actually not that bad. Like, I mean, it's obviously like you're not gonna nearly look as good when you've been working in the shadow of fucking Jerry Seinfeld for years.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And you're mostly known for a show named after him.
Yeah.
So expectations are pretty low, but like apparently it was the way that it was like a switch turned on in his head and he just went fucking crazy.
I mean, what's the name of the lane? Louise Dreyfus or something?
Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah,
Julie
Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah, but she still had a pretty good acting career beyond Seinfeld.
She has, she's won the most, or she's tied for the most Emmys for a single role.
Yeah, so
because she's won for Veep as lead actress in a comedy series for like 4 fucking years in a row.
Yeah, so like she's done
really good on that show, but like it's a bit much.
Whatever happened to fucking
loaded.
George Costanza?
I don't know any other movies.
He fucking disappeared.
He just does kind of like odd job character.
I mean, you really don't have to do anything after you're in something nearly as big as Seinfeld.
Just does, like,
and a lot of Friends, like they're being paid like $1 million an episode or something like that at the height of Friends.
He's probably still getting royalties for Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Are they still like making DVD shits and merchandise? There's no way, right?
Probably. They're probably doing Blu-ray shit now.
I mean, Hulu paid a shitload of money just to get Seinfeld on their service, like dedicated. So I imagine royalties for that alone is pretty crazy. I mean, I heard that, you know, that 70s show theme song?
Yeah.
That the guy who wrote it gets $70 every time they play it on, like, TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I think is just great.
How many times have they played it by now?
I mean, I don't know how many times they've rerun that show.
Like, I've seen...
They run it all the
I
time.
remember watching Seinfeld just a few years ago on, like, you know, those fucking free cable networks, like, what is it, like... the CW or something like that, like those channels or whatever, like they were playing that 70s show pretty, shit like that, like. So man,
I
they
actually
must have
like
made a lot of money then.
I tried watching like Seinfeld. I would try to watching like some of the like the contests and some of their more like notable episodes and see it because I had never really watched the show before. Like I'd seen like reruns and things like that on TV and things like that, and I can't stand sitcoms where there's a laugh track. Like it automatically makes it less funny to me, and it just ruins the whole thing for me.
Yeah, I hate laugh tracks. It's like, this is where you're supposed to laugh.
I mean, I guess because I've grown up watching, well, not really grown up, but like I'm so used to streaming, like services and things like that, and just shows where there aren't laugh tracks. Like modern comedy shows, unless you're watching something like Big Bang Theory, does not have a laugh track. Mm-hmm. Like some of the most, like Always Sunny doesn't have a laugh track. Modern Family doesn't have a laugh track. You know, I don't get why they thought it was ever a good idea. Like I don't know when laugh tracks came into fruition. I don't know. It's just weird.
It was just you know, back then, back when sitcoms first started appearing, it was just a deal where it was just family entertainment. Like you gather the family around after dinner or during dinner or something and watch that shit, and it's just accessible to have a laugh track there.
I wonder when the first laugh track started.
It's just
Probably
an accessible
like the
style
40s or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say I read somewhere on the internet that it was like all the laugh tracks you hear today were like recorded like the 40s, decades ago, and all those people are dead. Like
when they reused those old laugh tracks for a lot of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like clips on YouTube where they like edit out the laugh tracks?
Yeah, it's really it's just unsettling.
That.
It's like
there's just huge pauses.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of time they use laugh tracks because their jokes are just not
Isn't that why they gave that Netflix show Disjointed, the Kathy Bates pot dispensary show, and it has laugh tracks on it?
That show is just, it's one of those things that suck, but it's not fun to make fun of because it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So you just sit there.
It's not so bad it's good, it's just plain bad.
Yeah, you just sit there and kind of be bored watching it.
I think it's the ultimate insult to a show. It's just like not even your show is bad, it's just I'm bored watching your TV.
There are movies like The Room and Birdemic which are hilarious to watch.
Bad,
yeah, like
I couldn't finish
so bad.
Dude, I couldn't finish it. I could not finish
Which one? The Room?
Yeah, I couldn't finish the
I could finish it, and it was painful.
I couldn't finish it.
I mean, and then there, of course, there's like, dude, I think the worst, if I want to pick out, like, because I usually try and focus on the best of things. I don't want to get wrapped up in, like, the negativity and, like, the dark shittiness that people have come up with.
I love
But I will say, those Seltzberg-Friedman parody movies, like, epic movie, disaster movies, Vampires Suck.
Scary Movie? Or was that mainly...
I think Scary Movie was written by them, yeah.
I think Scary Movie was Wayans Brothers, but they probably were involved.
They were just in the movie. I don't think they...
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think
they
like,
didn't write it?
those
no,
movies... No, it's always been Seltzberg and Friedman. I don't remember their first names. Those are the worst fucking things that have ever been invented. They're just celebrity cameo followed by shitty parody of whatever was popular at the time, and then just crammed into like an hour and a half mess.
I've never watched one of those movies.
Well, I watched Epic Movie, and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Epic Movie and Disaster Movie are like, they evolved from the start of internet culture, kind of, and like just stupid random jokes, and it was kind of catering to that crowd of people who are on the internet and being like, look at this funny cat video.
But it's like, oh, Borat gets saved by Superman, and then Kim Kardashian shows up at random, like
just referencing popular stuff.
That's what it'd be recently. Like this morning, actually. This is got a little off topic, but my sister texted me, and like how my sister's like a preppy like straight A kid, and she goes to Johns Hopkins.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and like she texted me, who would win between Goku and Naruto? Like my fucking sister.
Goku.
Come on,
Yeah, and I
He
told
shoots
her.
beams of light out of his hands.
No, I told
What
my
is it?
sister, I'm like, why are you asking me? I'm not 12 years old. Like, no one has this discussion anymore. And it's like, she's like, there was a legitimate debate on her campus
You guys.
about it.
Who would win?
What? Johns Hopkins.
Yes.
Those people are too smart to be wrapped up in that bullshit.
Yeah, but
You're too smart to think it's possibly Naruto.
So she's rewatching Dragon Ball Z.
So let's even this playing field
Isn't
here.
Naruto a god
So,
though? I thought that's the whole point.
The ultimate form of
him and
Naruto
Gaara.
versus the ultimate form of Goku.
Have
Okay.
any of you actually finished Naruto?
Isn't
No.
Naruto's
Okay.
ultimate form where he's the nine-tailed fox?
So
No.
Abdul's gonna have to give us some
Okay,
background
so
here.
what happens, I think, towards the end, it's been a long time. I think Naruto ended like 5 years ago. It's been a long time since Naruto ended, but at the end of Naruto, you know that nine-tailed fox, right?
Yes.
That nine-tailed fox, initially, Naruto would have to fight the fox to gain the chakra from him to use in
Okay,
battle, but eventually they come towards a cooperative relationship,
Yeah, of
and
course.
because they get into a cooperative relationship, he can draw out more power.
Alright.
And when he does that, he like changes forms, right?
Yeah.
So he gets covered in this like shiny golden
He
chakra.
becomes a furry.
It's honestly he's more furry when he's
Doesn't he
fighting
become
with
a-
the thing, but when they start cooperating, he becomes more human-like. But he's got tails.
okay.
He's covered in orange, golden chakra. It's kind of a Super
Doesn't he
Saiyan ripoff,
become
but-
like a sage, like that?
Yeah, he becomes a
frog
sage.
pervert dude.
He became a sage
What's
earlier
that guy's
than
name?
that. Jiraiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies. But he died a long
Jiraiya's
time
pretty
ago.
good.
He's
Yeah,
great.
Jiraiya was
That guy was
great.
awesome.
Yeah, but
He's
so
just a
pretty much
horrible
towards the
human being.
end of Naruto, like they're fighting the origin of all shinobi, like the person who like created chakra.
Isn't that the pain guy?
No, Pain is way before that. Pain is
Wait,
just
he's just-
Pain is just a butthurt guy who had his parents killed.
Wait, there was a person who created chakras?
yeah,
like
like
half the
literally,
characters
kind of
in
like the god of shinobi, pretty much, right?
Oh.
Okay.
And Naruto and Sasuke team up to fight this god of shinobi, and they beat.
Was he like the first person to unlock his chakras?
Yeah, pretty much. It's
That
kind of
how it
like
works,
that,
yeah.
right? But the thing is that
But
the
Naruto-
scale of destruction in Naruto and Dragon Ball Z are incomparable.
But
Like,
Yeah.
isn't? But I thought the whole thing is that isn't Naruto not the only one with those spirits? I thought Gaara has
Yeah.
one of those.
No,
and then
yeah,
some other dude has one.
Gaara gets his spirit taken out.
And then Killer B has
Yeah,
one.
Killer
too,
B
right?
has one, and Killer B was a G, dude.
Is that
I
a
love
refer-
Killer B.
Is that a Twin Peaks reference?
I don't-
Killer B?
I don't know.
I don't know, but no,
what
Killer
that's
B
even
was like-
referencing in Twin
Yo,
Peaks.
Killer-
Bob. They used to call Bob Killer Bob. That was his official
I-
title.
I have no idea, but
I don't know.
Killer B was cool because he had dreads and he was black.
His character is
and he
design
rapped.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, he
he's-
rapped all the time, and his beast was a minotaur, kind of. It was a bull,
Okay.
and he taught Naruto how to use the
got tentacles.
cooperative chakra thing with the beast or whatever.
I-
But
yeah.
like towards the end of Naruto, like they start fighting in different dimensions and shit. But like the most I'd ever say their destruction scale is like maybe a continent or a large scale of land.
Okay. Yeah.
So does Naruto
But
have to have a rap
Dragon
battle
Ball's
with the
all-
nine-tailed fox?
No, he literally kind of
Why not?
He just
Dude, he does the ritual
Parap-
of chewed. He locks his tongue with the other guy.
Parappa the Rapper just shows up while they're fighting.
keep a rap
Rapper the rapper, Naruto with the nine-tailed fox.
That's something someone would make.
But yeah, in Dragon Ball, they're blown up planets.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen any Dragon Ball Super, which is a lot worse than Dragon Ball, honestly, I'm really disappointed.
Okay,
it's
honestly,
way worse than
duel,
The
Dragon
worst
Ball.
incarnation of Dragon Ball.
Goku versus Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Tengen Toppa.
He literally
yeah,
survives
Gurren-
fighting an anti-spiral, a guy who takes
No.
2 galaxies and puts them together, creates more energy than the Big Bang, and shoots at
Yeah,
him,
no,
and he
I think
survives.
I know. I
It's a
think
little overpowered.
no,
Gurren
Gurren
Lagann.
Lagann wins then.
Yeah,
But if you've
for
seen
sure.
Dragon Ball Z Super, like
I guess it depends who's piloting. Gurren
yeah,
Lagann.
if you go into Dragon Ball Z Super, they're fighting in like galaxy multi-universe tournaments, right? Tournaments again, of course. There's always another fucking tournament.
They brought in
The
multi-universe.
multi-universe-
Yeah, there's 13
Tournament.
universes in the Dragon Ball Z.
Nice. John.
canon. There's 13 universes. 4 of them have been destroyed, if I remember correctly, by Zen-O, which is the Great King, which is pretty much the god.
He's above Beerus.
Yeah, Beerus is just a god of destruction. Everyone's below Zen-O. Zen-O is like the fucking he's a fucking purple little midget dude, and he looks weird as fuck. But pretty much.
When I think purple midget, I just think of Boo.
Yeah, I know, but Boo's pink.
That would have been awesome if the greatest twist was that the most powerful person was
Majin Buu.
That wouldn't make any sense. But I would have put it
How did he lose?
Because he was just evaluating Goku's strength.
No, but
that's the whole point.
Well, they could have done.
All he wants is some chocolate, dude.
They could have done a thing where after they killed Kid Buu, there was like one little cell left, and then he went around to like different planets.
And then you know Buu gets reincarnated, right?
Really?
You don't fucking know this has happened at the end. Yeah, Buu gets reincarnated, like literally.
So it's just the Fat Buu, isn't it?
No, Fat Buu is gets split off of Evil Buu, right?
Yeah.
But Evil Buu gets reincarnated. I'm not even joking. This is his name, Oob. U-U-B.
Oh no, I knew that.
You know about Oob, don't you?
I know about Oob, yeah.
Oob is if you ever seen GT.
Yeah,
Oob is in GT.
I watched GT was probably the one I watched the most.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're in Super now, and Oob should be like
not canon anymore.
No, but Oob is canon though, because
at the end of happen
in Dragon Ball Z, at the end when he killed Evil Buu, he makes a prayer to King Yanma.
I want to fight him again.
Yeah, he literally it's pretty much that, right? And he's like, all right, reincarnated. So he gets reincarnated as Oob, and Oob is like a human, but he's pretty much he's as powerful as, or he can become as powerful as Evil Buu, pretty much. But
do you think in the Dragon Ball universe, normal people have like shrines and religions toward the Z fighters?
No, it's just
the Z fighters are super anonymous. Like the only time you ever hear about the Z fighters were in the Cell Saga. No one knows about them otherwise.
They didn't have like little reporter cameras around them.
No, because whenever they fight, like the thing is, the Dragon Ball Z
fucking cities in the Buu saga.
Yeah, but what happens is whenever they get to the end of a saga, bring everyone back to life, make it so none of this stuff ever happened.
Right.
No one remembers anything.
Start from zero.
That's literally how they always ended.
Yeah, the Dragon Balls are the ultimate Deus Ex Machina. Like, it's just...
Wait, so can you just say, like, so who is that ultra-powerful god?
Zeno, but the thing is...
Can I use the Dragon Balls to just wish him out of existence?
The thing is... The Dragon Balls have limits. They can't do stupid shit like that.
They're limited to Shenron's power, and I believe Shenron is just one of the other gods.
Yeah, Shenron is just the dragon that resides in the...
Yeah.
Actually, there's something new in Dragon Ball Z Super called the Super Dragon Balls. And each one of those Dragon Balls is the size of a planet.
That's fucking retarded.
How do you gather them?
A god pretty much has to gather them.
You become big.
Gather them.
You get really
so like
really big.
So the prize for the tournament that they're having right now
is the Super Dragon Balls.
Is the Super Dragon Balls, and those can literally grant any wish. Actually, any wish.
What kind of a wish would you want to make with those?
I mean, what do you think Goku's gonna wish for? Some dumb shit.
A bigger penis.
A bigger enemy.
Honestly, I don't think he has any use for it anymore.
I don't know,
it's probably just a weak spot now. He's already got 2 kids, dude.
I don't know.
A stronger
Dragon Ball's so weird. Why don't we just make a spin-off with that black-faced genie and just call it a day?
I wish
Mr. Popo. I love that
Popo
because he's ridiculous.
Oh my god, Mr. Popo, dude. When fucking Dragon Ball Z came over here, it's just like, you guys remember Jinx from the first Pokemon game? Jinx had like fucking like 50s blackface.
Yeah, they had to change her skin color to purple.
Yeah. Mr. Popo is similar.
You, Japanese people are racist as shit. They just do that kind of thing.
But that's the thing, right? I don't think they actually meant it.
I don't know, dude.
Because it's so random. It's just a random thing to do. Like, all of a sudden, why? Like,
big pink
lips.
Here's the lips are the most ridiculous.
Okay, Mr. Popo is supposed to be a genie.
Yeah. If we're erring on the side of non-racism, I feel like this is how they came up with that character. They're like, we want kind of a black human, not like a humanoid that's black colored.
Well, I wonder if
but we need to see
the off of Ganguro.
We need to see the lips.
Has blonde hair, doesn't she?
We need to see the lips. So they're like,
she's based off Ganguro.
Well, let's just make the lips red. So they make the lips red, and then they're like, this kind of looks like a hooker, and so they just make the whole design around that.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like Akira Toriyama, right? He's the one who made Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama. I legit don't think he meant anything by it. Like, it just happened to turn out that way. People realized it, and he's like, oh shit, so he changed the color.
It was probably just a reference to Ganguro culture.
No, Jinx is a reference to Ganguro culture.
Because she's got blonde hair.
She's got huge blonde hair, but like, I don't think Mr. Popo was anything like
that was so scary when I was in Japan.
But I haven't seen like the last 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z Super because it's been so fucking irritating to watch.
And when you think about
animation's dog shit, I'm gonna beat up Toei Animation. Fucking retards. I'm not even
go over there right now.
Like, have you fucking if you've seen any of the recent Dragon Ball Z Super, or you've seen One Piece, recently One Piece, there are literally multiple, there are multiple videos on YouTube of people just shitting on Toei Animation. Because they're their biggest franchises, right? That make them the most amount of money, and their animation is shit.
It's so lazy.
Wait, so in One Piece, have they found the treasure yet?
No, not even close.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you know how big the world is?
No.
You know how long fucking...
It can't be that big.
You know how long Oda can fucking stretch this shit out? Like, I think he says One Piece...
It's never gonna end.
No, it's not that it's never gonna end, because they're pretty close, actually. Considering where they started off, they're very close. But that's the thing. The reason One Piece remains so popular is that because Oda knows how to write chapters. He really does. He makes the progression of the story not feel like shit. He knows how to pace it well.
Does Luffy have like just OP powers now? Like, has he?
Have you seen
another Gum Gum?
He can stretch his arm across the entire globe and then pick it up.
Yeah. Do you think he'll just do that? And just find the treasure
well, the
that
thing
way?
is that fucking you can't eat another devil fruit. You'll die.
Is that Gum Gum?
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you eat another devil fruit, you immediately die.
It's Gum Gum. Actually.
Gum Gum is the name of his
of
Luffy's
that
fruit.
Specific fruit.
Yeah, there's
a Chop fruit.
Yeah, that's Buggy's fruit.
Yeah.
That's the pirate dude that like can split up his body. But
there's a bunch of devil fruits.
Have you not seen Bound Man?
No, dude. I'm talking like the thing I know from One Piece are like bits and pieces that I remember watching that show when it was like first on, like Toonami or Cartoon Network or whatever.
Do any of you know about Luffy's gears?
Dude, the only thing I can
so you know how his body is rubber, right?
Is the theme song.
So because his body is rubber, he can for his second gear, he pumps his body up with more blood, so he makes his blood pump faster.
Just makes it more virile.
Yeah. So what happened? Literally, his body starts turning red because the blood is accelerating around his body so much, and he can move super fast and he can punch a lot harder and etc. etc. Gear third, he literally. I don't know how this fucking works, but he like he blows up his arm, right? Like a balloon, right? Yeah. And when he blows up his arm, it becomes comically large compared to the rest of his body. He can blow up any part of his body, right?
Where his dick.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He totally could. Dude. And then he hits people with that. And then gear fourth, they introduced, there was an event. Do you remember Luffy's brother?
The guy with the fire.
Yeah, Ace, right?
Yeah.
There was an event in One Piece, right? Where Ace gets captured by the Marines, and there's a huge war. Like, it's called Marineford. It's a huge war. One of the Yonko, do you know who Whitebeard is?
Yes.
Dude, literally the only thing I can vividly remember from One Piece was the fucking theme
This is
song.
some cool shit. This is some cool shit.
Just stop asking if we know these things.
Yeah.
Okay,
we don't.
But you know, Blackbeard. Just think of Blackbeard, like the actual Marshall D. Teach, right? Blackbeard, right? Blackbeard was a subordinate of Whitebeard. Whitebeard, literally, he has no hair. He has a mustache that's a crescent moon. I'm not even joking. It's like this. This is his fucking mustache, right? Ace served under Whitebeard. Ace gets captured. Big war. Because of it, the Straw Hat Pirates split up because they're too fucking weak for the New World, which is like. Do you know the Grand Line?
Yeah.
That's where the treasure is, right?
Yeah, the Grand Line.
That's in the theme song.
Yeah. Find the treasure in the Grand Line. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
That's
the
what it
Pirates is on it. He'll sing. I'll be king of the pirates.
Yeah.
Gago, gago, gago.
Ho He's the king of the pirates.
No, his name is Luffy. It's Monkey Dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But
did he actually say Monkey Dick?
No, of course not.
What did he say?
I just shit posted Monkey D. That's literally.
Oh, okay.
He's made of rubber. How did that happen? Yo ho ho! He took a bite of gum gum.
The only good thing from the 4Kids adaptation. Holy shit. 4Kids replaced Sanji's cigarette with a lollipop. No
That's
joke.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
They replaced it with the lollipop.
That's true.
Sanji is the
cook.
Right?
Yeah, the cook
Yeah,
that
kicks
kicks the.
Dude.
Yeah, but so the Grand Line split up into multiple parts, and they go through the Grand Line and they split up and. Do you know how people in One Piece there's fruits that turn people into elements?
Is it at the point where like that dude with the slingshot just has like a fucking gun now? Like
no, he still uses a slingshot.
He should have a gun.
There was a
like
2 year. There was a 2 year skip,
awesome.
right? There was a 2 year skip where they all went and trained with respective people. Usopp, that's his name. He's the guy with the fucked up nose, the really long nose.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And then
curly hair
and shit.
Yeah. He comes back. He's buff now. He's buff as fuck. He's got a cool ass slingshot. He was on an island with a lot of cool.
I just want him with like a big like 50 cal sniper.
No,
but
he's on an
island with a lot of
but
cool hot
he's an actual sniper now. It's a little ridiculous how accurate he is from such a far away distance. But he was on a weird island.
Marksman, dude.
Yeah, he was on an island with a lot of cool flora and fauna, and he brought him back as bullets for his...
Have you ever seen Trigun, where one of the guys that Vash has to kill has this sniper rifle that's like hundreds of meters long, like the barrel is insane long, and there are multiple bipods that he has to set up so the barrel is
I vaguely recall
and
that.
he can shoot people from like several miles away. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I never watched Trigun. I really should.
You know how they always have those
Alright.
snipers always have those suitcases with the parts cut out specifically for the gun parts.
Yeah.
He has to carry like a whole wagon of suitcases and just unpack each one, set up the
I
barrel.
think that's how. I don't know if they ever show him unpacking it. They always just show like these long panning shots where like reveals his rifle, or they just show it through his scope.
Dude, if your rifle was that, how long did you say? Hundreds of meters?
It was incredibly long.
If it was that long,
disgustingly long,
you'd have to like fine tune each joint in the barrel to make sure it doesn't curve.
Because when you
Snap it
the thing
together.
is that if you fire, there's a limit to barrel length. There's a possibility of the bullet
will just stop?
No, the bullet won't stop. Like it'll travel down the thing, but if there's vibrations from the shot,
Right.
it might send the bullet off course, and it'll just explode your barrel.
So if anything, that made his gun way less accurate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's
I mean, even like
so
those
logic to
those anti-artillery things that they have on ships. Even those aren't that long. Like they're like maybe a meter and a half or 2 meters or something like that usually.
Yeah.
But those shoot giant shells to shoot things down,
Yeah.
like or giant rounds or whatever. But like if you made a sniper rifle with those kind of dimensions, I don't think you'd like good luck hitting anything, bud.
In all honesty, I've never ever shot a gun in my entire life.
Oh, sad for you,
Really?
dude. That's great.
It's fun.
I just don't have access, and I just
You do have access. You're an American, dude.
Yeah,
you have
I
total
suppose,
access.
yes.
For now.
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, better get it in before.
Gotta start shooting those bump stocks off before I lose the opportunity.
I mean, America's gonna get pissed off with the NRA eventually.
no, dude, it was an ISIS false flag. They were there for a weapons deal.
Yeah,
and things went south. Then ISIS thought, okay, we're here now with all these guns. We might as well shoot all these people.
Yeah, of course, it was ISIS all
Those
along.
are actual fucking theories I've read on the internet.
Are you
People
talking about Las Vegas?
retarded.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay.
People will do whatever it takes to absolve like
the night-
gun rights people. Like, they're ridiculous.
The night that was happening, it was like 1:30 in the morning. Someone on Facebook shared a link to the Las Vegas police live police scanners online. And they're like, something is going on, people are shooting, and I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it. I listened to it.
You actually listening to it?
Yeah, I listened to it for like.
I remember
I listened to it for like 45 minutes while I was doing other shit in the background, and they said clearly, almost every time someone would patch in with their radio, they're like multiple shooters, and they say
It's just so many rounds.
They mentioned 3 different specific hotels.
Oh, jeez.
I think they were trying to figure out where the
Isn't
rounds
that
are
just
coming
all
from.
That could
like,
be.
Isn't that just all involved in the chaos when there's these kind of shooting events? There's almost always reports of multiple shooters.
Yeah, because
just people don't know what's going on.
Well, you don't want to assume it's just one guy.
shooter.
So that could have been what was happening. But then there was another video I saw of it was somebody filming their TV while CNN was on, and they were pausing it. And there was a split second of footage that CNN used of the shooter shooting from the hotel, and it was obviously way below the 32nd floor.
Oh, really?
It was like the 12th floor, and you could see clear muzzle flashes.
Oh, that's weird.
It must have been from something else. That doesn't make any
Like
sense.
smoke alarm.
Because the thing is
I don't know.
that I think the final death toll was 58 people, and 400 plus wounded in the ensuing panic.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys know Sam Hyde, right, from MDE?
Oh god, what did he do?
There's a
He
picture of
doesn't
him.
do anything.
There's a picture of him holding an assault rifle. In the
Oh,
woods.
is it part of that meme where it's like he can't keep getting away with it?
Yeah. People were trying to send his picture to CNN and be like, he was the shooter. I saw him.
Every time there's a shooting, everyone says it's Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
I actually heard Sam
looked
Hyde's getting a lot of shit because he's like, there's something he's monetizing and people are really pissed off
You guys
about
know
it.
Sam Hyde is a cuck?
Really?
Is
He's
he a
in-
confirmed cuck?
He's in an open relationship. Like he literally, I read my wife's boyfriend, and
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay,
Fucking
Sam
done, dude.
Hyde a lot of the time is like, have you
No
are you
way,
sure
dude.
he's not
He's
Tim
not
Heidecker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how Tim Heidecker would just be like, he'll just pretend to be an asshole and that's the joke?
It's a persona, yeah.
That's what Sam Hyde does a lot of the time, I feel like. It's just he'll say
I
like
think Sam
he'll
Hyde is
say my wife's
fallen
boyfriend
too
because
far into the void, and we can't get him back.
God.
it's just
I fucking hate open relationships, man.
being a cuck is the buzzword of the moment right now.
They irritate me so. Open relationship is literally cuckolding, though. It's definition of cuckolding.
I'll agree with you.
God, I would never, not in a million years. Would you ever allow yourself to be in an open relationship ever?
If my wife was like the hottest woman on the planet, and I had the opportunity to still have sex with her, then maybe. Because that would be punching well above my weight, and I might as well just be happy with what I have and say, okay, if some other person has to come and fuck them, whatever. You know, I'm already doing insane.
You actually would, Jake?
It's okay, under these conditions.
Yeah, okay.
Under Grant's conditions, also, I don't have to work. She makes all the money for me, and I can fuck whoever I want.
Yeah, that.
I can have my own girlfriend aside from her, so I don't even have to fuck her. I can just have my own girlfriend.
Do you honestly think that lonely, sad people on the internet who call you a cuck are gonna do that again when this person is gonna be insanely smoking hot? Like, no.
Well, I don't know.
Well, but actually, they might.
It's just
I'd only be in that relationship if it wasn't a relationship. Like, if
it was just a casual.
Like, yeah, I couldn't do it otherwise.
That's the thing with that is like I wouldn't even have sex with them if it was an open relationship. I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm in this open relationship.
So with that condition, you only do it if the woman was like a prostitute.
If I was a prostitute, I wouldn't like that very much.
No, it's just open relationships are. I don't like them, dude.
I've never been in one, so I
defeats
can't
the point of a relationship.
Yeah, it's like a relationship is supposed to be something between like two people. Like, I don't know. It's just like
people are weird.
It's fucking weird.
Have you ever heard of polyamory, where it's like
polyamorous relationship?
I mean, Mormonism.
Literally, get me my gun, Grant. Like,
it's like a guy with his wife and his girlfriend.
Head to Utah. Go into the woods. Come upon a convent. Yeah. In a Mormon convent.
Hello, I'm in a polyamorous relationship. Here are my 14 husbands and my 32 wives.
No, the thing is that like.
God,
I'm okay with...
That's like religious cult levels of...
They just all lay in a pile and just kind of gyrate.
Yeah.
Mormons go way too far.
It's just this like Cronenberg body horror blob. Like,
they were walking in the sewer and you came upon just a mound of human flesh.
Sometimes we form a giant tower.
The thing is that I think Mitt Romney, right? I think he has 2 wives. I think Mitt Romney has 2 wives.
You think so? I don't know.
Because he's Mormon.
There's no way he would have run for president with 2 wives. It would have been way too
complicated. I'm thinking something. But the thing is, like, I'm okay with... The thing is that my religion allows for a man to have more than 1 wife. But strangely, I'm not okay with open relationships. Maybe that's just something with me. But I guess because an open relationship implies many other partners.
Oh, I didn't know Islam had...
Yeah, no, you can have up to 4 wives.
Oh my god.
The thing is, no one does it because it's hassle.
Like... Don't they have... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say I heard a story at NPR where they had eliminated some law where you could divorce a woman by just saying some phrase 3 times to them, and then it would...
Oh, no, that's...
Beetlejuice!
No, it's the literal actual phrase is... No, it's the little actual phrase is, I divorce you 3 times.
Yeah.
Because only it was that easy.
No, because it actually I think when the
but there are like major countries where that's law. Like you could do that.
I mean religiously, but like I think you'd have to still go through the legal process. If you
what's the religion where to divorce your wife you have to collect all the
Chaos Emeralds?
All the Chaos Emeralds or all the pieces of Exodia.
You just have to beat
all the
Shadow
Millennium
the
pieces. All the Millennium puzzles.
You have to beat Shadow the Hedgehog.
You have to...
Oh man, Yu-Gi-Oh was my shit, dude. You know they have Yu-Gi-Oh on Crunchyroll? The original Yu-Gi-Oh's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, you can fucking watch the original.
Watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh is hilarious because there are no rules.
Yeah.
Like
the rules didn't happen until after Pegasus.
They just top deck shit till they win.
No, but they didn't actually follow the rules.
It feels like they're just making up things as they go.
Yeah,
like it's the weirdest.
Monsters fight other monsters on the cards.
Yeah, like there's there were random terrain bonuses on if you remember Pegasus, right? That fruity fuck. Yeah, when you had a Duelist Island, that was the name of that tournament or whatever the fuck it was called. No rules, right? When you got it, like usually I think in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? When you attack a monster, like say you have like 2,000 attack and they have 1,000 attack, they take 1,000 life points of damage if it's destroyed. If it's in defense mode, they don't take any damage when it's destroyed. In Duelist Island, they didn't do the actual calculation at all. It was just how dramatic the attack was, and whatever was necessary for plot convenience. That's all it was. They didn't start following the rules till after they got back, and Kaiba had his own tournament. And that's when they introduced the God cards or whatever.
Weren't there times where it would be like 1,000 attack power or some shit, and then it goes, it goes to like,
it's like 100 or something like that. It's like holy shit! It's the strongest attack I've ever seen in my life.
Yu-Gi-Oh was made to sell the card game, right?
Yeah.
You'd think you'd use the show to kind of teach your audience how to play.
Yeah, I don't think the TCG became popular until after.
Okay. Because Yu-Gi-Oh also, I don't know anything about the history.
Yo, have you guys ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh Season 0?
No.
Season 0 is some fucked shit.
I just remember.
Holy crap! There's there's sexual assault in Season 0.
What?
There's bullying. There's money extortion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but like Season 0 didn't actually have.
I would watch
monsters.
a Yu-Gi-Oh where it's like the Yakuza are like running an underground Yu-Gi-Oh ring.
There's only one episode with dual monsters in Season 0, right? And that's when they do it with Kaiba or whatever. But Season 0, like, the animation's weird. Whenever there's a shadow game, like, the colors on the screen become really, like, distorted and, like, inverted. It's really fucking weird to watch.
It's like a creepypasta version of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, but, like, the shadow games in it aren't always Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? There's always the card game. Literally, one of the shadow games is, like, you fucking do a coin flip, or, like, you have to... And if you lose... Like
tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, or some random shit like that, right? But it like
we'll do an entire match. The only cards in your deck are that clock guy.
Of Time Wizard.
Yeah.
Time Wizard.
We're playing. And because I remember seeing a clip from like some newer Yu-Gi-Oh or something where these guys are like fighting on a space station, and then one of the guys plays a Dyson sphere as a card. And if you don't know what a Dyson sphere is, it is a hypothetical superstructure.
It's a vacuum cleaner.
You build around a sun. You build a thing around the sun to harness in 100% of the sun's energy, and then you put like an Earth-like surface on the inside of the sphere. So it's this crazy massive thing, and that's a fucking card. And then there's a whole like thing that gets summoned an entire Dyson sphere.
No, the holograms.
And it used to be just fucking pumpkins and zombies and shit. Now we're like this.
No, I watched one of the recent seasons. It's you guys heard of Zexal? I think it's called.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
That's probably where the Dyson sphere thing.
Maybe it did because there's aliens in Zexal. There was aliens in. You remember?
Wait, are there aliens in the actual show or just on the cards?
They're alien dual monsters. No fucking joke.
Like
that happened in. Do you remember Yu-Gi-Oh GX?
Yeah.
From like 2005.
Is that the one with the motorcycles?
No, that's 5Ds.
Oh.
GX was the one where
there was a guy whose like whole deck was like Transformers or something like that. It was ridiculous.
That's Cyrus. That's from GX. But
you know all this bullshit.
My brain is filled with nothing but anime.
And then there's of course that guy whose Japanese voice actor is Dio, and he has a card with the world on it.
Yeah, that's Sartorius. That was his name. Yeah. Arcana Force, Zawaldo.
That actor should literally only take roles in which he has to at least say Zawardo 3 times.
Yeah, every time, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the actor. I think his name is Takeru or Takeshi or something like that. But I bet he fucking wakes up every morning like fucking zombie. He's fucking doing Dio references every morning when he wakes up. Because honestly, he's had some roles in some pretty popular animes, but I think Dio is his most popular role.
Okay, that's fine. But let's get back to the aliens.
Oh, the aliens in GX, right?
Do they come down from meteors? Or
yeah, something like that.
Like a meteor cracks open and there's a card right in the middle of it?
I'm not even joking. I think that happens in one of the episodes.
Really?
Like, there's a meteor and there's cards in it.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's what happens in the GameCube game Gotcha Force. The robots come down in meteors, and then they're like, "Hey,
man, GX was fucking weird. Like, it started off with like a basic like academy setting, you know. Remember how there were 3 dorms, right?
Okay.
The Slifer,
the Pinta and the Santa Maria.
Slifer Reds, Raw Yellows, and Obelisk Blues.
Okay.
You remember those, right?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember the main character, Jaden? He's in that red blazer. He's a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
You didn't watch? Did you watch any of GX?
I just remember flashes. Okay.
I read about.
You should. Honestly, this should be flashing in your head when I'm talking about it.
There is a vivid memory I know of. I swear to God, this happened in a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
All right, tell me. I'll probably tell you where it comes from.
Okay. It was it was either Kaiba or a Kaiba-like character, like, goes on exile to, like, because he gets beat or some bullshit, so he goes into exile, and he finds, like, I'm almost certainly getting details wrong, but he finds, like, some weird-ass card in, like, a sewer or something. It's, like, this weird egg thing. and he's like he makes a whole deck with these weird fucking goofy egg guys. And I remember one of the cards was like a magic card where it like buffed his monster, but it put a fucking tuxedo on him. That was the buff, and then it like buffed his attack.
This sounds like a dream you had.
No, this is a legit fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
Are you sure you didn't dream this? Because I've had dreams about anime episodes before.
I might have. It was so fucking weird, but it was like, I thought it was hilarious. Like, what I remember is like Kaiba like being all serious, like swearing by these cards. Like, this is the best, most awesome deck I've ever assembled.
I've never seen Kaiba do this. Ridiculous. At least I don't recall this.
I don't know. I always liked it though when they go in the first series when they fight Pegasus, and Pegasus is just using
that's like the
guys.
That's like the quintessential Yu-Gi-Oh season. Like everyone likes the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh because it was fun to watch. But the Toon Monsters. The Toon Monsters are great. But if you ever watched 5Ds, that's the stuff with the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when
I watched one episode and I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I didn't watch all of 5Ds. I think I watched like 70 or 80 episodes of it. It went on for a long time.
What?
Yeah, it went on I think for like 100 episodes plus, but 5Ds has, no joke, you know the Nazca lines?
Yeah.
In Peru.
No.
Where you can only see them when you're like really high.
Like legit, you can see them from space.
They make like the monkeys.
There's the monkey, the hummingbird.
I remember that.
Yeah, and there's
it's like a crop circle kind of thing.
There's
and they're
fair trade coffee.
No, there's not a fair trade coffee.
There's the Apple logo and the McDonald's logo and.
No, but like in 5Ds, there's the main premise of the story is that a great evil is coming, right? And also the city is split up between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. No joke, that's literally how this... Like,
okay.
The city is split up into a ghetto and like an affluent thing and affluent like uppity neighborhood pretty much.
Right.
Like it's a huge division. It's a little ridiculous. But,
so it's like here.
No, it's objectively worse. Like when you move from the suburb to the city, like there's kind of like a gradual progression. It's literally there's a border between literal trash.
The red line.
I guess there's a border.
Redlining.
It's literally redlining.
Extreme redlining.
Yeah, there's a literal border between. But no, people in the trash place are literally not allowed to go to the you cannot leave.
Step foot.
Yeah, you can't leave from that place.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
ridiculous. Yeah, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever. They need a premise for people to rally
Super
against.
America.
But in 5Ds, they're trying to like prevent a great evil from happening or something like that.
By riding on their motorcycles and playing card games.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was a dumb idea. I mean, the duels were cool because they introduced Synchro, I think, if I remember correctly, Synchro and Tuner monsters. It's pretty much, it was literally, you remember fusion cards?
Yeah.
Remember the three-headed Blue Eyes?
Yeah.
From season 1, you remember that shit, John?
Blue Eyes. The ultimate Blue Eyes.
Yeah, ultimate Blue Eyes White Dragon. They pretty much do fancy fusions in this where you literally can summon, like, if their stars add up, and one is a tuner, and one is a synchro, you can literally summon anything, pretty much. You summon some from pretty much like your sideboard, from like Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
But they're trying to fight off this great, ridiculous evil, and the main characters of this season are chosen as the chosen ones or whatever, and they all have literally glowing insignias on their arms, right? Of a red dragon, like a piece of a red dragon. So like there's a head, there's an arm, there's a wing. So there's like 5 pieces or whatever, and the whole like beginning of this show, because I didn't watch past this part because after this part it became totally uninteresting. But the whole beginning of the show is them fighting literally people corrupted by the evil force of the fucking Nazca lines manifest in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. What? Yes, the Nazca lines are trying to cause a...
I guess that makes kind of sense because they did all the stuff with the Egyptians and the pyramids.
Yeah, but like, I think...
Okay, are you guys still talking about Yu-Gi-Oh?
We're talking about the... So yeah, the 5Ds... You know what they fight in 5Ds?
I don't even want
the Nazca lines. They fight the Nazca lines in 5Ds.
They just like...
Are you kidding me?
No, they fight
I've been to the Nazca lines. How do they fight the fucking...
They don't... Because the Nazca lines have malevolent spirits in them. And they come out as actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And they fight them. They spend the first 60 episodes fighting them. Like, the premise was kind of dumb, but they executed it pretty well, in my opinion.
What was the first Yu-Gi-Oh
Japan
card?
from orbit. They're coming up with the most convoluted
What was the first
bullshit.
Yu-Gi-Oh card and how did they became?
I mean, you could Google that. I don't fucking know off the top of my head. Like, I don't even remember how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is it
anymore.
his grandpa trapped in the card?
That was from the Pegasus thing.
My grandpa's deck has no bad cards.
It's probably just blue.
My grandfather's deck has no bad
in the lore
cards.
of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where do the cards come from?
The cards from
They were an
Egypt.
ancient Egyptian
Egyptian card game.
The pharaohs would play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'd actually summon monsters from stone
that.
tablets.
Yeah, and then you advance
from
forward
Stone
several hundred
Age
years into Roman
Doom
times, and there are etchings of people playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you see in like old in Latin, press F to pay or something.
Yes.
They found the world's first it's not a vinyl record, but it's like that with grooves in it, and you play it on a machine, and then when they played it, it just played the hit marker sound over and over and over.
That played the Troll song.
Video games.
And then it played the Trollolo song in the middle of it.
You know that guy died.
And then it played an MLG
The Trollolo guy?
remix.
Yeah,
From that
that
song.
kid died too.
That guy died like 5 years ago.
It's a bummer.
The Trollolo guy. From
I
that
mean,
song.
Russians don't
Okay.
exactly have a
He was
high
really
life
old.
expectancy.
No, he was
so-
in his 90s.
Was he a famous guy at all?
No, just that shit post. What the fuck bug is that?
It's my bug.
Oh, it's a spider.
What the
What
fuck?
kind of spider is
It's
it?
just a spider.
Oh no, John! Run, John!
Where? Holy shit, that's a huge spider.
It's not huge. Holy shit.
That
they're
is
bigger.
huge, man.
Like
Oh, there are bigger spiders.
That is a thick body, man.
Extra thick.
thick spider.
Yo,
That spider
Thick
doesn't skip like day.
abdomen.
Grab
Yo,
some
that
tissue.
abdomen thick.
Got it. You guys are such pussies.
No,
It's a fucking spider.
I'm fine. John's gonna
I'm
have
not
an aneurysm.
fine.
Oh,
What the fuck? Is someone else here?
that abdomen was so thick,
You
dude.
pull shit down the toilet. It's gone. It's gone, John. It's okay.
I hate spiders, man. I fucking hate spiders.
Have you ever like done something so mundane that you were like testing the properties of it and shit, and you're like, I wonder how much damage this can do to something, and you just start pressing it into your thumb, and then you like stop yourself and you're like, shit, what am I doing?
I've done that
When I was a kid, I used to take a push pin and just shove it into my thumb.
What the fuck, John?
And it hurt like fuck, but I did it. I don't know why. It was like a period in elementary school or something.
I mean, recently, like when I'm lying in bed, like my bed's pretty close to the wall, I'll just
Yeah.
start punching the wall as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Just to see how much pain I can tolerate, or I'll wash my hands with progressively the hottest water I can, and like, just to see how much I can take.
Because like today I was at work and I was putting these
Oh no, the
paintbrushes
doggo's
away.
here.
And one of these paintbrushes,
leave the door
it's
open,
like
so. Hi, Andy. It's okay.
it's like the bottom was like pretty much sheared off at an angle, so like the tip was kind of sharp, and I was like, this is kind of sharp, and then it just was like pressing it in my thumb, and I was like, ow, this kind of hurts. Why am I doing this?
No, you know where that thumbtack thing came from for me? It was if you were taking a thumbtack.
What's the thumbtack?
I said I put thumbtacks, just shoved them in my thumb when I was a little kid.
Like literally fully into your thumb.
Well, not all the way.
Why would you do that?
I would like watched it and then it poked right in and I'm like, ow, and then I pulled it out.
Oh, okay.
But
What was your thought process?
I don't know. It was interesting. Anyway, it came from.
Life is boring.
Life
it
is
came
boring.
from- have you ever taken-
Masochism is unique
God damn it!
and eternal.
Have you ever taken a thumbtack?
I'm not letting you
And-
live this one down, John. Seriously.
Have you ever taken a thumbtack and taken it at an angle to your finger?
I took it through
and
the
then
skin, like
just
the
just
top layer
like
of
the
the
top
skin.
layer of your skin.
Yeah, I've done
No.
That's where it came from.
No, I've done that before.
And it doesn't hurt. And
No, but it doesn't hurt at all when you
Yeah.
do the top layer of your skin.
Why would you ever do that?
You've never done that? You've never seen anybody do that?
I
I
know
remember
because-
people
okay,
would do that
there's
with like
a difference in seeing
staples
someone
and
doing it
shit.
and doing
I
it.
Because
I know it's a stupid idea.
It hurt
Like,
a lot.
It's obviously a sharp point. Why would I be fucking around with it with my finger?
Puncture wounds, guys. They
I
hurt.
don't know. I saw a kid in my elementary class do it to his finger one time, where he was like, "See, I can pick it up without without grabbing it," and I'm like, "Wow, what the hell?" And what you can do is you can take the thumbtack and just push it right under the first layer of skin, and then it doesn't really hurt. You just feel like a weird pressure.
Do you know how there's that David Blaine like stunt or trick or whatever he calls
With the
it,
ice
where,
pick?
where he like shoves a skewer through his arm and it doesn't bleed?
Yeah.
Well,
And like
he
the
had-
whole thing with that is that you can create a flesh tunnel
Yeah.
in your arm that basically like
Was it his arm? Was it his hand?
no, there was a video of him doing it in front of Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais is fucking losing his mind,
Yeah.
like freaking out, like
I thought-
genuinely
Wait,
concerned.
it-
And David
oh.
Blaine is just calm as hell, like
Yeah, 'cause it's not actually piercing, right? It doesn't
Well,
pierce.
it's-
It just pushes through.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
you
kinda.
basically make a hole in yourself.
Yeah.
So like you.
So he just has separated muscle fibers in that specific area.
Yeah.
And he just makes it so it doesn't go through any. It just goes through the hole between his tibia and fibula. That's what they're called, right?
Right.
He just makes it go through the hole through that. Is that how it works, Grant?
Yeah, that's how it works.
I don't know.
That's
David Blaine is
there's a video that was explaining the whole
mysterious
thing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of there was a small documentary. I think he did a TED talk. I kind of hate TED talks, but he did a TED talk where he explained he explained the process of how he
Create a flush tunnel?
No, how he did that stunt where when he didn't breathe underneath water for like.
Oh yeah, he held his breath for like 7 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like not even. It was way longer. Like
was it?
I think it was almost half an hour or something like that. So the way they prepare.
Oh no, the actual world record is like 7 minutes, and then he did it for like a half hour or something.
Yeah.
7 minutes for what?
Holding your breath underwater.
Underwater.
What? 7 minutes? Holy shit.
Yeah, no, but I think David Blaine did it for way longer.
I remember seeing something. It was like some Russian guy had these breathing techniques where he could like survive in insane, like ridiculous extremes of temperature. But but he always claimed that only he could do it, and then like other people try to attempt these breathing techniques and they just fucking died.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of training that went through. I want to look up what this record was for because I remember the way that he prepared for it. At least in the TED Talk, is he breathed oxygenated water or something like that.
David Blaine has done stunts where it's like he spends like an inordinate amount of time in like some weird environment. I think he spent time in like a weird like something filled with water, but he had like a scuba mask, so he had air all the time. It was just to see if he could endure being underwater.
That was the one we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Constant pressure. Just like.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to look up what the water thing was. He's done some crazy shit.
But like, how do you create like that separation of?
You stab something through the hole, and then I think you just let it sit in there or something, or like you go through periods of just keeping it in there so that the flesh on the inside heals up.
So you just leave a fucking thing.
Leave a hole in your body.
Oh my god! David Blaine spent 44 days in a box suspended over the Thames River.
Oh yeah.
And he lost almost 55 pounds over the course of that time. It's goddamn ridiculous, but
David Blaine is the one that actually does those stunts. If you ever see Chris Angel doing that,
he does illusions. They're all
of Chris Angel's stuff is just not true. They did a behind the scenes. There's a behind the scenes videos on YouTube. I'm pretty sure of Chris Angel.
Yeah.
And they literally tell people like, and then I'll do the trick, and then you'll be amazed. Okay. And then you'll get your paycheck, kind of thing.
So before the holding his breath underwater thing, he spent 23 minutes inhaling pure oxygen, which would...
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Which is very dangerous. It must have been done under doctor supervision. But then he held his breath underwater for 17 minutes and 4.5 seconds.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, so...
And that's how he died.
I mean, honestly, if you hear David Blaine talk nowadays... Yeah, if you hear David Blaine talk nowadays, he has such a slur in his speech.
Yeah.
He has to have suffered some sort of brain damage or something like that. Because I don't... At least
no, it's just the magical spirits that he channels, and they're...
It's just him putting a flesh tunnel through his brain. Watch this trick, guys, and he just like takes his fucking skewer and puts it through.
Whenever someone brings up modern day music... magicians, I will always think of... Do you remember how there's like a TV program where it was like some masked magician and he would do a trick and then they would tell you how he did the trick?
Yeah.
One of his tricks, I shit you not, was to make a giant tractor trailer disappear. And he would have the tractor trailer, and there was a cage around it, and then like something placed over the cage. But then they had people, and they're very explicit that the people were not actors, and they stood around this cage and they just like watched, to see if anything would disturb it. And then they lifted the thing up, and the tractor was gone. So when they revealed the trick, you know what the fucking trick is?
They just moved the tractor.
No, all these people are actually actors, and we just opened part of the cage and had the tractor drive out.
I remember watching that one.
Fuck! What the hell is that?
The actual trick is, we lied to you, bro.
Exactly.
The actual trick is just human deception.
But the difference between that is it's like, that's just, we lied to you. David Blaine is like, I'm gonna fucking hurt myself, dude.
Chris Angel did a trick where he laid on a pile of broken glass and had a steamroller run over
Oh
him.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And how he did it was they just cut a hole in the ground and they was like cushioned so that he could be pushed into it.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, a steering wheel did go over them. He just
Yeah, he just didn't get squished by it.
Yeah.
David Blaine's next stunt is just gonna be, I'm gonna bleed a lot.
But
just like bleed several gallons of blood.
There was one trick that Chris Angel did, and it's one of his earlier ones. I used to be obsessed with this shit.
Oh no, I remember seeing this when I was like...
There was one where he just cut his arm open, and he pushed a quarter out.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. But I remember seeing Chris Angel when I was like 11 years old, when he walked over... He
Water.
walked like the skyline in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Over that pyramid to another place.
Oh, Luxor?
Yeah, the Luxor or
Isn't
whatever.
that the one where they just suspend him by the crane or something?
Yeah, they just have him suspended by a crane.
Yeah, so legitimately, like, I thought, okay, if this isn't fake, legit, when I was 11 years old, I thought this man was the Antichrist. I legitimately thought he was the Antichrist, and
I am the mind free.
You only thought he was an antichrist because he's goth.
No.
Stop discriminating, Abdul.
Angel. Come on.
Yeah, he's got Angel in his name. Of course he can't be the Antichrist.
Whoa, doggo!
We got a fucking dog running across our laps right now.
Okay.
We can't leave the dog upstairs because
she'll
she's
bark
losing
like
her
a
goddamn
maniac.
mind. It's like someone like breaking into your house. Like the only thing I can think of.
They're
like,
dogs. They bark at like the slightest
What
provocation.
is a deer outside or something?
A raccoon or a squirrel. We get all sorts around here.
Guys, if you were laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and then you hear people break into your house, and they walk into your room and they have like assault rifles, would you?
My room is locked.
Would you? Well, okay, let's assume it's not locked.
I always lock my room.
Okay, then
They
you're out of
break
this
in.
hypothetical.
No,
Abdul.
the thing is, it's like I'm neurotic about this. I always lock my room.
Okay, so if you woke up and there were guys with assault rifles going through your drawers and stuff, would you wake up and be like, "What the fuck," or would you just pretend to be asleep?
Okay.
I pretend to be asleep.
Pretty much, like every night or something, when I hear someone around walking upstairs at night, and I walk upstairs and I'm prepared to fight every time. Every time I hear someone, I don't know.
Blasters are engaged.
I tense up my fists, like I'm ready to strike immediately. Because it's like one of these days someone's gonna break into my house, right? And if they have a gun, I need to be able to charge them before they can fire. Because honestly, I don't care about my life that much. But
do you know what you sound like? You sound like those neckbeards on the internet with the samurai swords they bought at their
Not see
mall.
his neckbeard, Grant?
I shave.
It's right there.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
fucking with you.
I fucking shave.
I'm
but
giving
like,
you shit.
But the thing is I'm not concerned about my life as much as I'm concerned about my family's life. And I know my dad has a gun, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that like, I don't know if, honestly, I'm pretty sure my dad would kill someone to protect
I would
us,
just
so.
let them take what they want and let insurance fix the rest.
I'm not sure what kind
It's
of
the
insurance
most
we have,
practical
to be honest.
possible solution in that situation.
Yeah. But I don't think it, like, don't you have to, when you make an insurance claim, don't you have to have receipts for everything if there's a home invasion and they steal stuff?
We would almost...
Yeah, usually that's how they do it.
Yeah, but again, a lot of things we don't... It's not like we're buying our TVs or like a lot of the expensive stuff in our house with cash. We're buying it with credit cards.
Credit cards.
We would have a very explicit paper trail to follow. And
Yeah, I guess you could...
insurance companies are pretty lax because we live in a white neighborhood too. And that's not even just like kind of race baiting. That's like
No, yeah. I live in a predominantly white neighborhood. I think there's like 3 black families in my whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like everyone else.
That's a nice little neighborhood.
Yeah.
just calm and serene.
No, the 3 black families are... There's 4. It's actually 4 black families in this neighborhood. There's one across the street, and then my uncle lives down the street.
Nice.
And then there's another one that lives like across the street from my uncle.
That's the most secure place for your uncle to live, is down the street from you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, honestly,
I don't know.
we live... Grant, you've been past my house before, right?
Sure, let's say I have.
Yeah, we live across the street from the police station, too.
Oh,
Literally
okay, yeah,
across
that's-
the street from the police
It's like that.
You would have to be the most brain-dead person
To rob that
Yeah,
neighborhood.
to rob that
pretty much
neighborhood.
exactly across from my...
You'd have to be the most brain-dead person, the most desperate person to not, like, move over a few miles at least. Like,
Wait, Jake, didn't you say in your neighborhood that like one of your neighbors was like cooking meth or something in their house?
that whole area right there there was heroin and meth.
Oh,
A lot of heroin and meth. I remember hearing about it when we...
lovely.
When
That's
I was-
right next to a high school.
Yeah, but
and an
this is the
elementary
suburbs.
school
This
and another elementary
This
school.
is the suburbs in Anoka County, man. We have a heroin problem. We have a really bad heroin problem.
Heroin is great.
No, it's not.
I love heroin.
Asterisk, heroin is not great.
Asterisk, heroin is not great.
Please ask your doctor before starting heroin.
Heroin. Please consult your doctor.
Dude, it's so weird seeing like like when you, I mean, yes, there's an opioid epidemic in this country, but like when you see some of the people who are dying and like a lot of them are really old. Oh jeez, and they're like, you know, like elderly people who are like relying on these pain drugs, and then they have to turn to things like heroin and fentanyl just to.
Because they can't get OxyContin or.
Hey you guys.
What else do they use?
Hey you guys.
Yeah.
What's your go-to snack for when you're hungry?
Derail our drug discussion, John, but probably.
Okay, you just got
drugs.
off your heroin binge for the weekend, and you're looking for a snack.
Need some munchies.
Probably oven baked Lay's.
That's actually, you know the guys on. Do you know the guys on Pawn Stars?
Yeah.
Those fat. Do you know why the reason they're so monstrously fat is because they kicked their meth habit by just going and eating fast
donuts.
food.
They eat a lot of donuts.
I guess that's not as bad as meth.
It's still pretty addictive, but it's
honestly.
That's honestly. Yeah, that's better than.
It would. I mean, it's less likely to kill you.
Slightly, but to be honest,
it's more. I mean, it's chance of instant death now or like time delayed heart attack.
Like
several years.
Like decreased life expectancy immediately.
And then one of the guys got arrested for meth possession.
Oh yeah, Chumley did.
Yeah,
Chumley was the one.
Bummer.
From Street Fighter?
No.
Yeah.
Chumley. No, but Chumley had drugs in his house.
Yeah.
Illegal guns.
That's pretty cool.
That's the Pawn Star life.
I want to say my
No,
go.
they're all really fabulously wealthy from the show. Like
what I like is a nice, not quite a Honeycrisp apple, but what was that apple you had?
Sweet Tango.
Sweet Tango was one of the best apples I've ever had.
Those are really good.
I like a nice.
They were $8 a pound.
That's crazy.
No, they did.
that's not a bad deal, is it?
That's still
They're
crazy
like
for
$4.
apples.
They're usually $4 or $5 a pound.
Crisp sour fruit. I love.
I like kiwis. Kiwis are great.
Kiwis are okay.
The grapefruit technique.
Don't talk about grapefruit.
I usually just
Don't talk about grapefruit.
You should put that audio in right now. Like
I don't really have
so
a
horrible.
go-to snack. I guess sometimes. Usually it'll be like something like pretzels and like some peanut butter or some shit.
I would say
and,
my
like,
favorite.
I don't snack anymore
fruit.
since my diet changed.
My go-to
I only eat once a day
chip
after all.
type snack would be like Flaming Hot Cheetos. My go-to
Whoa,
sweeter
Grant,
snack.
you're turning black or Mexican before my very eyes.
My favorite
You like
Mexican.
Takis too, dude? You like Takis?
Oh, Takis are
Kinda,
great.
sorta. I really don't like lime flavoring all that much, so
I
can't
prefer
really
hot
go
Cheetos to Takis.
But then my favorite like sweet snack are Stroop waffles, which are these.
Oh yeah, so,
Belgian.
yeah, I like those
Delicious.
two waffles you brought over that one time.
They're so good.
The Chester's fries. Have you ever had?
Oh,
the
I hate
Chester's
things.
flaming hot fries.
I think I've had them. I don't think I like them.
I hate their texture and
How
their
come
consistency.
How come you
It's
can
so
only buy them at gas stations?
No, you can
You
buy
buy
them
at
at
Target.
grocery stores.
Yeah.
Stars?
Grocery stores.
Grocery stars.
You can buy them at grocery
That's my
stores.
sequel to Pawn Stars. where
Grocery
we
stars?
operate Where it's a grocery store that operates entirely on a like a pawn shop.
You bargain.
thing.
You guys bargain for your apples.
And
Like,
people bring in like their exotic food to sell. Like,
I have 20 pounds of star fruit. Like,
let me call my buddy who's an
Yeah.
expert in
star
star fruit.
fruit.
This was the last apple John Lennon was eating before he died.
I totally believe that. Let me call in my
Expert
buddy
on
who's
John Lennon.
on John Lennon. Like,
On apples of John Lennon.
There's a running gag where all the fat people working for your store just keep eating all the expensive food.
The crew from Pawn Stars come in and you don't introduce them as guests or anything. They're just in the background and they're just taking things off the shelves and eating them. They're just eating.
I can imagine it too.
God.
Oh, you guys got.
And you're watching the show and you're like, is that the guy from Pawn Stars?
You guys got to pitch this show.
Eating an entire chicken?
You gotta
Some guy brings in
eating a
vintage
rotisserie
Coca-Cola
chicken.
when there's like cocaine in it, and then there's just the FBI bursts in the next scene
FBI,
to
yeah.
arrest them for.
Dude, that'd be a great idea.
Oh, would that technically be a drug deal?
I want to
It's
make a
possession of a controlled substance.
Yeah, it would be a drug
You
deal.
could totally make a
Like-
parody of Pawn Stars and just have just wacky, crazy shit happen all the time. Like a guy comes in with like a magical golf club, and you're like, I don't believe it's magic, and they're like, watch this, and he, I don't know, hits the counter or something, and it turns to gold, or I don't know.
It's only golf ball. It's only golf ball related powers.
Yeah.
It only spawns golf balls.
So,
and they
yeah.
always are holes in ones when you shoot them on a golf course. So
Yeah.
like you just swing and a golf ball appears, and it
he's
just goes
like-
into the nearest golf ball.
It's
It
Kim
flies for
Jong-il's
miles.
golf
Yeah.
club. Let him get a perfect game.
Yeah. He didn't. He
He
hit
shot
a perfect
the
game
perfect
his
time.
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
Or he shot like 20 under par or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
20 under par.
Which
Like,
is borderline a perfect game. Yeah.
He does, instead of hitting golf balls, he like goes the opposite way and a golf ball lands on the tee. That's how you do negative swings.
It's gotta happen like
anti-golf.
Anti-golf.
It's like
mega golf.
Is that like Antifa?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about Antifa.
Antifa? Who could be against pho?
Antifa. We do not like the Asian meal pho. It is horrible. And
you don't like pho?
You should not eat it.
Dude, I want to make a Facebook page called Antifa.
Pho is not as good as everyone says it is.
Ramen is better than pho.
It's really good.
We started like doing like anti like McDonald's marches or things like that, and things or
Antifa.
like protesting Vietnamese restaurants.
The thing is like actually talking about Antifa. Like Antifa's actually like
I don't get it.
you know like they're like anti-fascist. It makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is that when they're covered in news. Mm-hmm. They make it seem like
they always seem like anarchists, and
you know they make Antifa seem like they're way bigger and they're way bigger of a problem than they actually are.
Yeah.
They're a very small.
Do you remember the riots that were going, or not the riots per se, but the protests that were going on during Trump's inauguration? And there's one of my favorite fucking video clips where it's like a CNN footage, and it's these people like tipping over a garbage can, and they just start fucking kicking it.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, but like Antifa's not as big as the problems people say it is. They're just pushing that narrative because it's good for views.
Well, you know
welcome to 24 hours news media.
Yeah.
They hire amateur actors to fill up protest crowds. You know.
Yeah.
I've heard of
Craigslist for.
So I can imagine them hiring amateur actors to be like Antifa
pretend to be
members.
Antifa members.
Dude,
yeah, that sounds like some shit. Like that sounds like.
What if I signed up for that shit and then like made a sign and shit like that, but then on the back it said Krusty Krab is unfair. Krabs is in there.
Dude, people have done that. There was a video of a protest where someone had a sign that said Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there, standing at the concession, plotting our oppression.
I fucking remember that shit.
Oh my god.
Oh god. No, but like you guys remember during the election, people were like fucking freaking out. George Soros is gonna fucking corrupt the American election. He's gonna make Hillary Clinton win. And I was like.
Yes,
guys, shut the fuck up, please.
Right in the middle of the inauguration.
Oh my god.
It's gonna happen.
And then, like, I saw conspiracy theories after Donald Trump wins. I saw conspiracy theories of people like saying
that Hillary is running it from behind the scenes.
Oh no, not that. That George Soros, again, this one fucking guy was hiring people, posting ads on Craigslist for people to go protest. Like paying them like $15 to $18 an hour or something like that.
That's not a bad rate. I gotta get on that gig.
Yeah. Usually they do $20 an hour as their go-to price.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it.
Serious?
Yeah. I'd fake protest for $20.
I want to be a fake protester.
You don't do anything. You honestly could just sit there, like smoking off a pack of cigs with a sign up, and like that does the job.
On the Craigslist ads, they never mention being in a protest. They just say,
it's like
do
actors
this job.
Or something. Yeah. Jeez. People are desperate.
That's $20 is $20. Like,
no, I'd do that.
And $20 is $20.
Man, it really is. What if hitmen started like operating on like bargain prices, like
hitmen on Fiverr?
Like, yeah.
Give me $5 and I'll kill someone. Don't care.
Oh, I've always said that they should make they should make some TV show or some movie where there's a serial killer, but his modus operandi is that whoever he kills, they just tell him who to kill next, and then he has to go kill him.
What?
No, dude. So he's
killing him, and he's like,
he picks someone at complete random at first, and then he says, "Okay,
tell me to kill somebody," and while he's killing someone,
and he goes and kills him. That's his next victim.
So it's a serial killer, but all he does is have an ad on Fiverr, and it just says, "Pay me $5 and I'll kill someone."
And it's like no one's taking this seriously. So just like,
I'll just kill someone.
Yeah, I'll kill somebody. And you pay $5.
Isn't there a movie like that? Like you get $1 million, but you have to press a button, but someone randomly in the world dies.
That's the box. The box. That is one of the only movies on Cinema Score that has gotten a 0 because it's so stupid. Same with Mother.
It's a movie that gets out there too much to the point where nothing in it.
Because it's based on a short story.
Yeah, well, it gets to the point.
Innocuous.
It gets to the point where nothing is grounded in reality, and so you get bored because you're like...
It's like the most... it's incredibly
I wouldn't press the button,
convoluted
no.
out
Yeah.
there.
No, so the premise...
I wouldn't.
The premise, if you don't know the movie...
I wouldn't press it just because there's really no proof that you're going to give me $1 million. So I think in the movie, he
literally
the
has a briefcase of $1 million.
The premise is this guy shows up to your door,
Frank
and he with a box with a button on it, and he's like, okay, press the button, you'll get $1 million. But if you do, somebody you don't know, a stranger, will die. And
Okay.
I don't know if this is in the short story, but I'm gonna start spoiling the movie a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead. It's not a good movie.
It ends up that they're just looking for somebody that won't press the button, but everybody they've gone to.
Oh,
has.
and also they're Martians. Literally, they're Martians.
They're Martians.
In the book.
Do they actually kill someone if you press the button?
Yeah, they kill somebody. I don't remember who dies in the movie, but somebody.
Man,
does.
it's a good thing I have a religious and moral compass.
No, but like in the short story, which is Button. The short story, the ending is that it's a couple, and the woman presses the button, and they get the payment. But I think when the short story it was like $100,000, which is still a lot of money at the time. And then later, like the next day, her husband gets killed in like a subway accident or something on his way to work. And the insurance payment turns out to be exactly $100,000, like what she's gonna pay out.
Dude, that's a lot more clever than the movie.
And then she calls the guy. He's just like, "Yo, you said it was gonna be," and they make it explicitly clear it's it will kill someone that you don't know. And she's like, "You said it was someone that we don't know," and he goes, "Did you know him? Did you really know your husband?" And it's like this. Oh, that's kind of stupid Twilight Zone clever twist. The movie is ridiculous. The movie is they kidnap their son and they make him blind and deaf.
Oh yeah.
And then he gives him a choice. Okay, you can either live with your blind and deaf son or you can kill your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's chooses to kill his wife. And
No,
the son
if he kills his wife,
blind.
if he kills his wife, his son regains his senses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you rather live
It's ridiculous.
live with a disabled kid or kill your
wife
with a
and then
disabled kid.
then get arrested for murder?
I would kill the disabled kid.
but you're a parent.
Try again!
You're a parent. You're a parent. Would you really want your kid to live their life? If you could prevent them to live their life,
it's a good thing people don't have to face these moral dilemmas in real life.
Sometimes they do, Abdul.
No, there's no magical moral dilemma like this.
Abdul,
Fuck that shit.
when you're married, there will be a man that will come to your door and blind your son and deafen your son.
I'll shoot him in the fucking face.
How are they gonna bring back his vision?
It's the new dude. It's
If they have the actual ability to bring back his vision,
literally
that means
magic.
he is not a human. And if he's not a human, I have bigger things to worry about.
Dude, in the movie there are like water portals and like literally there's a scene where this guy's in a library and there's this one woman and there's these like two like flat platforms and then she just raises her hand up and these pillars of water come up and then they're portals where one leads you to salvation, the other leads you to eternal damnation. The guy goes into a portal and he just teleports above his bed. It's ridiculous. It is all over the place. That movie is so dumb.
I like it.
Also, in the trailer for it, they use the Saw music. The da-na-na-na-na-na.
Really?
Hello, yeah. Which I thought was really bizarre because I'm like,
It must be the same production company.
I think it's Lionsgate.
Have you guys ever seen Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah.
No.
I remember the second Jeepers Creepers movie was one of the first movies that ever actually scared me. I was a little kid when I watched it.
Yeah,
It spooked the shit out of me.
First movie that scared me was probably Child's Play with Chucky.
Mine was Ronald McDonald Scared Silly when they go to the. You ever seen that? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that. What is that?
It's an animated movie that they would like put in Happy Meals or something like that, or something similar. And it's first of all, it starts in live action, and then Ronald McDonald and his dog go down a slide, and then they become animated. Yeah. And then it's them. They want to go on a camping trip.
Oh my god, I've seen
to
this.
a haunted house.
I watched this at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is an early memory. You're digging up dirt, man.
It's ridiculous.
Grant's got a shovel. He's in your brain right now, dude.
Yeah. Do you remember all the songs they sing on the way?
I haven't seen that.
I remember them
We
singing.
gotta set up camp.
How do you remember that?
Because dude, I watched that movie a lot as a kid. Because it's like a 40-minute thing. So it was like something like my parents would just put on the VHS, kids sit in front of the screen, you just kick back.
Dude, my brother would always put on the musical Cats.
You know what memories that brought up?
McCavity.
I watched that at my cousin's house, and they had a Dreamcast, and I remember I loved playing on the Dreamcast. And they had Crazy Taxi. I I swear, I played that for hours. I just sat there playing Crazy.
And then you play and then you get a PS2 and you play the better version of Crazy Taxi. Play Simpsons Hit and Run, where it's just a Crazy Taxi clone, and it's so stupid.
I still like Crazy Taxi more.
I've never.
It's fun.
I don't think I've ever played a Dreamcast. I had an NES, and I played Contra with my dad.
Dreamcast
one of my
is
earliest
probably most
memories of playing
notable.
Contra.
Dreamcast has some of the best fighting games ever on it.
I can't remember what Contra
Third Strike
I played
on it. It has, it has like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on it. It has very good fighting games. It's got Shenmue is the other big
fucking
title.
Shenmue.
Dreamcast's aesthetic is like the middle ground between PlayStation and Nintendo.
Whenever I think Dreamcast, I just think
not really. It
I think of
existed
Sonic.
around. It was released in '99, dude.
Yeah,
Were there
was
Sonic
released
games on the Dreamcast?
It was $9.99. That's when it came out.
What Sonic games? Yeah, there was.
I don't remember a single Sonic game on the Dreamcast.
I think so.
I don't know. Like whenever I think
it was a
Dreamcast,
Sega console, but I maybe they did like one of the Sonic Adventure games on there. I don't know when those games started coming out.
By the way, guys, Sonic Adventure 2 is not that good. It really isn't.
None of them are, Abdul.
Hey, Abdul, you know
No, Sonic's had some actually pretty recent. Not the Sonic Boom games, they're dog shit. I've heard Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors are pretty good.
I heard they were okay, and they had good parts to them.
Sonic Adventure 2 is like enjoyable.
But
no, the thing is, you know what the good like I watched a video online. Do you guys know who Pro Jared is?
Progeria?
Pro Jared.
Oh yeah.
You know who that is?
It's quite
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he did a video on Sonic Adventure 2, right? And I liked it. And it made sense. The good part about Sonic Adventure 2 are the Sonic levels.
Yeah.
Like some kind of the Knuckles levels.
Dude, what about the Chow
But
World?
the Tails
The
and
tail levels are dog
Eggman.
shit. Yeah, they're complete.
Those were just
utter dog shit.
What about the
So
Chow
dumb.
World, where you could raise your own little Chow?
Yo, yeah, people like the chows too, but like the thing is like at best, like Sonic Adventure 2, 40% of it is good. 40 to like 45%. Is that good enough to make the game a good game?
I don't know.
No, like
I'm
because
like just
Chow
way
World
out
is
of
a
the loop
waste
because
of
the only
time,
Sonic
man.
game I've
It's
actually played to completion is Shadow the Hedgehog.
that's not a good game either.
Like the thing
I view it through very rose-colored glasses, but yeah, it's incredibly buggy
Fucking
and bad.
guns.
Yeah.
The thing is
Shadow with guns.
Not here.
Yeah.
Every time you
Sonic
fall down.
Adventure 2, like
It's the first E10 plus game, dude.
40% of the content is
Remember
like
that?
good, but the rest of the content you only play once and you don't really.
Yeah, because like you go back and you play Sonic levels, you go back and you play some of the Knuckles levels. The Knuckles levels are kind of annoying too because of the whole searching for those shards.
So yeah,
Those
so
are
like
kinda
ultimately, like the majority of your experience is like
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah,
Sonic,
but-
fun.
Sonic games are great. Way better than Cuphead. Let's get real here.
Yo, I've seen some
Cuphead's
streams.
garbage.
I've seen some
terrible.
streams
It's
of
racist.
Cuphead.
God,
the
Cuphead is the worst game ever.
The tutorial is broken. You can't get past that fucking cylinder.
Yeah, I know. What do they
brain-dead.
expect you to do?
I can't believe someone can't read. Read, dude.
It's
I
not like you
actually-
can just strafe
I did hear
when
that
you're in the
regarding
air
that.
or something of that sort.
I actually
Just
did
like
hear the
aim
guy.
dash or
I heard the
anything.
guy reviewing it was actually like he more like his games journalist stuff was more reviewing the business side of it. He's not like a real like gamer.
Then why was he
but,
reviewing
like,
the game?
Who knows?
Whoa.
I mean, even that is pretty inexcusable.
mean-
that was a pretty terrible job.
Yeah, I was watching some streams of Cuphead. I might actually buy the game pretty soon. But it looks nice. It really
Beautiful.
does.
It's
I love the
absolutely
animation
beautiful.
style and the actual gameplay. I'm so glad that they didn't skimp out on the actual gameplay because that could have completely ruined. Like you have this awesome art style, but the gameplay's dog shit.
Dude, but the
That would've
problem
been
is that
terrible.
Cuphead, again, it's like you mentioned, Cuphead is falling into the problem where it's getting too popular, so people are going to find crap to criticize it.
Yeah,
there was a tweet,
no
I
games
swear
are
to God,
perfect, though,
where,
so
where,
that's okay.
where a guy was saying,
You can enjoy
like
it.
the hate that Cuphead is getting for how difficult it is so vitriolic that people are probably going to start accusing the game of being like racist. And then posted below it was a tweet from a guy who said, "Oh, Cuphead looks really cool. I just remember how racist all those old 1930s cartoons are." It's like it begins.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
it's oh my god.
Totally unrelated. I was just like staring off in this direction, and out of the corner of my eye, it looked like John just set his hand on Abdul's leg, just like
I did.
Oh, did
yeah,
you?
like
What the
that,
Just like this.
It looked
Great
like
gesture.
you
John,
did
don't
that,
sexually
they just
harass
like kind of squeezed for a bit, and I was like, wait, what? But then I realized you just set it on your own leg.
Yeah.
It just looked weird.
It's like the mirror
Well-
box that you use to help amputees.
We've got a movie to get to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
true.
A movie about a guy. He's like running on a knife.
Something about
Razor.
like shaving.
Like razor.
Shaving, straight rate.
It's like razor
razor.
jog,
Razor Sprint.
No, this is. I think this is the plot.
Sprinter.
So he's a
some
barber, and he has to get this
sword
mid-condition straight razor
right
to like somewhere else, but he can't drive.
It's just a barber
no.
Seville
Okay, so you know,
is there a gas shortage?
No. I know what it's about. Okay, so. You know Dollar Shave Club where they'll deliver razors to you?
Yes.
It's about one of those guys working at Dollar Shave Club.
Okay, and he has to run between
And Harrison Ford is in it for some reason.
I thought
it's the Dollar Shave
I thought it was about like there was kind of like a gas shortage and then everyone was like, oh shit. And then they build these awesome cars and like everything's post-apocalyptic because of the gas shortage.
And it's Dollar Shave Club is still up and running.
And then it's like in Australia or something.
No, it's just a spin-off of Tokyo Gore Police. Do you remember the guy that
I want to see the
Gore Police where his arms and legs are replaced with just swords?
I want to see that movie so bad.
He's freaking that movie is ridiculous.
We should see that instead of Blade Runner. Fuck Blade Runner.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I don't have to have seen the first movie because I don't remember it. I've seen it. I don't remember it.
I don't think you have to. You just have to know that Harrison Ford is the main character in it. Basically.
Wait, so are you gonna see the movie?
Yeah, I am.
All right, I will. And you haven't seen the original?
I thought I saw. I'm pretty sure
we can give you a quick rundown.
We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
So it takes place in a galaxy long ago.
Wait. We don't have time for this.
Yeah, we don't have time. We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's
look up the IMDb synopsis of Blade Runner and you'll figure it out.
Don't see the movie. Just read the Wikipedia plot summary and you'll soak everything up.
Why do you want to watch a movie? They have all the plot on Wikipedia.
Just read the Wikipedia plot summary while you have a slideshow of promotional stills.
Well, here's what you do. You sit down in the theater with your laptop and you flip it open and turn the brightness all the way up. Sit in the front row, bring up Wikipedia with the bright white screen, and just read the plot summary. Don't even watch the movie. Just listen to the sounds.
Just turn your contrast
My
up.
brother actually said there was when he worked at the movie theater, he said that there was a guy who would go in like in the middle of the day when like no one would show up on the weekdays, and he would go in the theater and just read a book.
Well, I gotta pee.
He would buy. I shit you not. Like I don't know if he even bought tickets, but he just wanted to be in a nice like quiet place. And I don't know. I guess his home was really shitty to be in. I don't know. But he said the guy would just always like go in and read books, and sometimes they would just when like no one else was in the theater with him, they would just not project the movie, or they just like project random shit.
Okay.
I mean, dude. I wish I worked in a movie theater because apparently the shenanigans are ridiculous. Like they would like set up Smash Brothers and shit on their projections and.
Dude, that'd be fun. I want to play video games on a massive fucking movie theater. But anyway, we gotta go. We're gonna thank Abdul for graciously allowing himself to be a guest on the show.
Enjoy your at least 20 to 30 minutes of weeb shit.
Yes, Abdul. We called up our expert who's an expert in anime. And we had him assist.
So, any closing remarks?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, also, we're working on a Snastcast movie. The soundtrack will come out along with that. We're working on video game tie-ins. We got a trading card game in the works, so make sure to buy all our merch. Also,
so bland.
Also, I'm gonna be a generic podcast and start linking our other stuff. So we've got a YouTube.
Patreon.
We've got a YouTube. We don't have a Patreon.
No. Now we do.
Maybe we should have one. But anyway, we have we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are thinking about putting up a Twitter page soon. So
there's our.
And you can go follow us on those places. The Facebook will be general updates about stuff.
You know how
YouTube will just be a backup of our podcasts.
Do you know how in 1984 they have the 2-minute shame where they show this enemy of the state on the screen and they just have people like say all this horrible shit? We just have our 2-minute shill at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, that's
right. Chill out for all our stuff.
Yeah, and then we fuck. So
Emmanuel Goldstein, that dude sucks.
Okay, thank you again to Abdul and Jake. You have any closing remarks?
I like to lick myself. Sometimes.
All right. We need more anime-backed currencies.
All right.
Bitcoin is dying.
Get your DBZ currency.
All right.
DBZ currency.
Have a wonderful tonight.
Isn't that just Zenny?